Hello guys, happy Sunday. I hope you're having a very relaxed and a chill time this weekend. Today's video is not going to be one of those videos where I am lecturing on certain topic. Instead, it's going to be a very chatty video. So now it's 4 o'clock, 4:30 almost in the evening, and it's my time to have a cup of tea. So I have my cup of tea and I'm going to sip this tea throughout this video so that I get the feel of having a conversation actually. So I'm going to talk about journaling today. I'm going to flip through the pages of my journal. I have started using journals or keeping diaries since 3 to 4 years now. When I was in college, I started it when I was in the second year of my college. So I have a lot to show, but I'm only going to show you 3 of my favorite journals so far, and also talk about how did I use this journal, how did this journals help me to soothe, to be centered with my emotions, how this helped me actually to self express in a better way. So let's get started. First things first, let's discuss why did I feel the need to keep a journal at all. So when I was in the second year of my engineering, I was actively involved in extracurricular activities and social activities. So in order to keep a track of my ideas, everything new that I wanted to implement, and all the plans related to my studies and academics, I had to have a place where I can put it all and get back when I miss out on details. So in order to capture details, in order to plan ahead, and in order to self-express, I had kept this journal. So mostly this was related to my social activities and my extracurricular activities. So this is the person who stayed with me throughout. This is a pretty heavy diary, and this was gifted to me by my best friend, and he said that you really need a journal because you're missing out on details. So this one is my companion. I get the feel of being again the coordinator of social activities whenever I see this book, so it's emotionally very close to me. So I'm going to flip through the pages and show you certain things that I wrote in this diary. So if you see this page, I have written decisions. So these are the decisions or conclusions I made after meetings. So I would write the highlights of each and every meeting that I would have with my project teammates, or with the social activity teammates, or with extracurricular activity teammates. Everything was recorded in this diary. It helped me to stick to details and to deadlines. The next thing I did with this diary after the lockdown, because it's a very big book and it did not get over just in second year, I had few pages left. So let's have a quick flip through in this book. So if you see, I had 3 columns that I used to make to plan my day. That was study, health, and keynotes. In my health column, I would write what are my goals. So that particular day was a fasting day. I think it was Chaturthi. So I have written whatever I ate, sabudana, banana. I had become super health conscious that time. I would record my meals. I would write everything that I want to study, because it was also the time where companies were approaching for placements. I have some key notes and highlights about each day that I wrote. After that were my weekly plans that I did. So weekly planner looked somewhat like this. So I would write every single thing that I wanted to do for that particular week, and this gave me a bigger picture of how I wanted to spend the week. While flipping through the pages, what I also found are the letters that I wrote to myself. These letters I wrote when I was feeling way too down, or I wanted to motivate myself. And now when I read these letters, I feel really, really good. I feel so centered, and these letters remind me of the purpose that I got into these activities and why I do what I do. It's an amazing idea to write letters for yourself, because after reading them again, you feel really good. So this was about my first diary. My second diary is a little bit more systematic and much better than my first diary. I gifted this diary to myself when I became the chairperson of social welfare and development. So the theme of this diary is leadership itself, and it is written that Leaders become great not because of their power but because of their ability to empower. So this was the theme of my work in social welfare and development. This diary is really very special for me because it got me so creative. So let's flip through this one. If you guys can see, I have written a piece on clarity and confidence and what are the other factors that are involved in it. So this cloud are those factors, and clarity is something that is emerging out of it. So there was one more piece I did. Yeah, this was it. It was about how thoughts promote your actions and actions promote your results, and this cloud were other factors that gets influenced after the cycle is incomplete. So here is this little birdie, and that is your energy that you need to put into taking actions after thinking on it. So creating this visual art pieces really helped me in understanding more of what's going inside my mind. So I'll flip through more and see if I find something that's worth showing. So this was the schematics, or the frame bullet points of the video related to confidence that I made. So this diary has more of work related stuff. It is about all the planning and execution I did regarding social welfare and development, and it also has the frames of videos or the bullet points that I needed in order to keep in sync with them. So this bullet points or highlights were framed in this diary much before I actually made the videos. So whenever I get ideas, I just put it down in my diary, and then whenever I find a suitable time of creating the videos, everything just gets articulated well in my mind, everything is framed, and then a video is made. So I usually write in my diary at the time before going to bed, because I think that's the best time to write. I get all the stuff done and then I sit with my diary with a candle sometimes, and I make sure that I play jazz music in the background, or I have headphones and jazz music with it, because it really gets me into the zone of writing. And I don't know why, but writing feels so good and therapeutic. It can be anything you can be writing in your diary. It can be planning your next day, it can be practicing gratitude, it can be related to your creative stuff. Like for me, it can be for videos or for my work. So that's the best time, I think, to write in your diary. There's so much more to show, but I think the video will get too long if I keep on going with my flip throughs. There is one more thing, that is whenever I read books, I write the highlights of that particular book. So this is 7 karma codes, and I have written the takeaways from that book in this diary. So whenever I feel like I want to get back to the book, I'll go and read only the bullet points, and then I recall the whole book. So this is my space of getting creative, my space of getting expressive. So without any judgment or having anything in mind, it's just go and express. I think this is enough for my second diary, and this was so much resonating with me while I was the chairperson of SWND. It was about leadership. I love black color, and the words that are on this always motivated me and reminded me of my purpose to empower. So now I'm showing you my third diary. I have not written even a single word in it because it just arrived few days back. I have finished my second journal, so that's why I have ordered the third one, and it is this little thing. I loved it. It's written that in a field of horses, be a unicorn. This is so much my mood right now, because right now I am so much in touch with my unique and creative energy. I don't know why, but this color palette is also so beautiful. It's pink, purple, blue, everything that is my favorite at this point of time. And I love unicorns. I like creatures which exist only in imagination. So this diary is going to help me get creative, get imaginative, play around with my favorite colors. And so what I've decided to use this notebook for is for my poems, for my creative writing, for practicing to write with my left hand, and also to practice gratitude. So having a book that really resonates with your mood that's going on for the current times, I think is very amazing. So I showed you all my 3 diaries, and People usually have different diaries for different purposes, so can have a different for planning, can have a different one for having their creative pieces like poems and write-ups. But I think for me what works is keeping everything in one single notebook. So this was about my diaries and my notebooks. Now let me sum up everything that we can write in our journals. So the very first thing is planning ahead and keeping in touch with the details of your plan. For example, you're preparing for some competitive exam and you have a large syllabus to complete. So you can distribute that syllabus into chunks of how are you planning to progress the completion and then track the completion of that syllabus. The second thing is tracking your daily activities. You can write down the to-do list or everything that you're planning to do the next day before going to bed, so that to-do list sinks in your mind and the next day you are ready to get into action and complete that to-do list, because it really helps you to manage your time better when you can track your goals. The next thing is my favorite. You just write down your thoughts as they are coming into your mind, as it is, no filter required, no format required, just random ideas. You can also start drawing if you're not finding words. It's the best way to self-express in a journal, and then when you go back to that page next time after a few days or months, you will find it so funny. When you start reading your own thoughts, you will get to know how funny those thoughts are, or sometimes how irrational or irrelevant they are. But it's a fun exercise to do. I recommend doing it. The next thing is practicing gratitude. You can have a separate gratitude page in your journal, and there you can write about 3 to 4 things that you are grateful for today. So for something, it can be because you had your favorite dish for lunch, it can be because you saw your favorite movie today, it can be for everything that you have. It can be feeling grateful for your parents, for your siblings, it can be feeling grateful for your beautiful garden, it can be anything. I think practicing gratitude before going to bed leaves you in such a calm and collected state. It makes you feel like you have everything that you need. So going to bed with this kind of a mindset really helps you to wake up really fresh next morning. So practicing gratitude is something I really recommend to everyone. It will not make you feel like you lack something or you don't have something. Keep practicing gratitude regularly, and it's the best thing to do in your journal, because writing it down makes you remember it more. So that is all for today's video. I'll link the Amazon links of the last 2 journals in the description box. Let's meet one more time when I am finished filling up this particular journal and I'm going to get more creative with this one. I have seen this on YouTube, people using different stickers, washi tapes and paintings to decorate their journals, which is really nice to see. I have done it somewhat randomly till now, and I'm trying to get more structured and creative with it. Let me know what you guys write in your journals and how do you feel after doing it. Till then, take care and bye-bye.